have 38.7 million shares issued, 20% owned by insiders, and 56.6 shares fully diluted. The Engineer Gold Mine is 33 kilometers west of Atlin, BC, accessible by float, ski-equipped plane, helicopter, boat, barge. Our gold mine situated on patented grounds, 14,000 hectares. All right, so we have a bit of a low sulfidation style epithermal gold system going on, and some of the similar producing projects out there are Cripple Creek Mine, Emperor Mine, Midas Mine, and as you can see, they can be pretty spectacular for volume. And we're not so much on the actual volume, but we are there with the grade. So we're dealing with a 18,000 ounce gold, 9,000 ounce silver already produced at 39 gram per ton gold and 18 gram per ton silver. And this is kind of just the development timeline over the years. So this thing was found in 1899, staked as the Hope Claim. And as you can see, not so much work. Between 1912 and 1927, it had active mine development where they built all the way down to 8 levels, 5,500 meters of underground drifts. And I guess that time was associated with some other world events going on, so the mine shut down and flooded with water. And kind of over the years, it had pretty intermittent exploration. And in 2018, it was acquired by Engineer Gold Mine from BC Gold Corp. And we have the National Instrument 43101 written by Darren O'Brien, who's sitting in the room with us today, kind of giving this project some legs to stand on. And we get going with some work moving forward. Here we go, 1924, that's Engineer Town Site back in the day. This is kind of what it looks like now. Here's the mine camp itself. It's a 20-man, all-season, all-access type of development right now. And here's a couple of pieces of equipment, bringing the product in and out. But this is just kind of a quick little logistics overview. So here we go. The one picture on the top left, that's our underground tech Adam working away. And that's the dewatered 8th level, something that hasn't been seen since 1929. And there's the engineer vein visible with his hand on it. And this is why you guys are all here. Roscolite, vanadium-bearing illite, and electromineralization. We get some pretty spectacular grades kicking off this vein. And as Darren quoted in his 43101, we have an inferred resource that includes 20,100 ounces of gold grading at 60 grams per ton. So some pretty spectacular numbers. And if we can ever chase up that volume, I think this is a beautiful project. Here's a quick idea of the property geology. And 2018's program was kind of just clearing the existing roads and pushing over some old trees and just getting it all prepped and ready with a quick MMI soil survey to just kind of get some more targets and create a couple more targeting anomalation. The big one was to apply for this dewatering permit, which was granted the next year, and we actively dewatered the 8th level of the mine, and myself, Darren, and Swede, our underground mining expert from Ampex Mining, took a couple samples down there, and here's one of them. Sample 151702 from the double decker, returning 547 grams per ton gold and 419 grams per ton silver. That was a pretty spectacular sample for sure. We had 14 surface drill holes, kind of just doing some step out reconnaissance. But that's kind of something to mention really quick here, is that over the 121 years that this thing's been around, it's only seen 8 seasons of documented drilling by 4 different proprietors, totaling 10,359 meters. So really 91 drill holes. Only 15 of those are really step outs from the original mine. You can kind of see the level 5 drift. It's that olive line that kind of cuts in and out. So that kind of gives you an idea where Engineer's historic mine is. And then some of the attempts we took at kind of doing some step outs. And then this is the drilling that we did. We didn't have too many successful hits in terms of mineralization, but structurally some very interesting data that's put some further controls on understanding this beast. And then on the right there is our level 8 drift, and on the bottom left you can see the double decker where we got the 500 grammer, the real zinger of the year. Okay, and then here's the Shear Zone A structure, which is the different style of mineralization. The grades aren't alarmingly high, kind of half gram over 12 meters, but there was a proposal in 2018 that said you guys should go to the north, the hub A, which is kind of this one hole up here. Sorry, I don't have a laser pointer, but the top left drill hole that's drilling west, which was hole number 8. And then that's kind of the spread. So we've kind of very much confirmed that this shear zone does keep striking to the north and to the south, which is kind of an exciting development. So again, we have 5,500 meters of underground development. 5th level is the main access portal with the rail. And then the 2 styles of gold mineralization that we're kind of building this model around are these narrow, high-grade veins like Engineer, like Double Decker, that are 0.3 to 3 meters and kind of average around over 35 gram per ton gold. But then we also have this idea of the broad, low-grade shear structures, which we've confirmed this year with further drilling along the strike, kind of doing more of a half gram over 30 meters. Here's some nice little clips of underground developments. You can see that in 2012, I think it is off the top of my head, it might be 2010. Oh yeah, right there, 2010 drilling. Was some underground drilling, and one of the holes notably intersected some nice grade underneath the double-decker vein. So just quickly running through 2011's bulk sampling, this is kind of some of the numbers that they were seeing, 246 tons, producing 826 kilograms of gold gravity concentrated, which returned 100,000 US net at the time. So here's the Engineer vein resource as understood up until 2018, and that's just kind of a couple plan maps there. Long section. The high-grade gold confirmed 21 meters below the 8th level, so that was like from the 2010 drill hole. But then in 2019, we also had that 547 gram grab, which I have that arrow following to below the stope or the raise of the double-decker vein. And you can see some other numbers there, like 84 grams per ton over 10 meters. That's 10 meters along the strike of the vein. The vein's width is actually 1 meter, but that was a nice controlled channel sample back in the 1929 kind of era where we needed to kind of confirm these numbers to make sure they were real, and it looks like they are. So here's the mill complex, fully functional, permitted 30 ton per day gravity separation mill is on site, and it's ready to get turned on. This is just some geophysical targets, but if you're interested in this or anything else I've quickly had the chance to talk about, we will be putting this presentation online probably by the end of the day. So here's our 2020 proposed program. We're going to be trying to coordinate with a mining consultant to create a level 8 double-decker Engineer and Jersey Lily vein bulk sample and keep trying to replicate these grades that they had historically mentioned in these 1920 reports. And we're going to keep testing surface reconnaissance holes. Another announcement for another 3,000 meters, and with some regional reconnaissance, we're going to just keep building up this property because it's really a massive property holding with a ton of showings.